What is going on, everybody? It is day number 38 of the series. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. My camera's got about 8 or 9%, so we're going to be kind of quick and easy with this one. But normally we do food reviews on Tuesdays. Unfortunately, I didn't get out and do a food review today. I was kind of busy doing other things, but that's not going to stop us from getting a post up. So I got a few topics here on the piece of paper that I wanted to talk about, and I also had a conversation with one of my friends that kind of influenced this conversation or these topics for today. One of the first topics I want to talk about is the good versus the bad. I feel like there's so many different ways and so many different fields of life that you can kind of throw this against. It's kind of there's a lot of things pulling at our moral strings every single day. There's always a good choice and there's always a good decision and there's always a bad choice and a bad decision. In life, it's going to get hard to always do the good thing and the right thing, but stay on that path of doing the right thing and doing the good thing. This is going to lead me into the second one, but I feel like there's been a shift in society over this past year, especially, and I'm not going to get into it at all because it's really not something that I care too much about, but it's just prominent because of the time we're in right now, but the shift in politics. I'm not going to get into all the conspiracies and stuff like that, but it seems to be that there's hands in our government, and there's spots, or I wouldn't even say spots. It seems to be that there's a overall presence and a kind of commonly known presence that is at the top of our government, and it seems to be like it's not always such a good presence. I feel like it's always this shift, or not shift. It's always this trying to balance out the good and the bad things, right? It feels like there's been a shift in our society over the past year. It kind of felt like the bad was taking over a little bit and the bad was kind of leading in influence. It could be just my stratosphere of content, to be honest with you, but I feel, and I've had multiple conversations like this with many people, that feel like there's a shift going on right now. Like I said, I don't want to go too into detail of why and all the details of it, but be on that good side of things. Be on the good side. Always try to do the good thing. Try to have high morals and hold yourself to a nice, strong moral compass. Always doing the right thing to the best of your ability will lead you farther in life than doing bad things. And that's just the truth. That's going to lead me into the next topic, and that's going to be smart work is always more important than hard work. Although hard work will take you far, it will only take you so far. You've got to work smart. You've got to have progression in your work, and you've got to be a problem solver. And what I mean by hard work will only take you so far. Being a brute, if you will, and just like hammering through things, there's always going to be moments in your life where you have to have that little bit of strength to get through tough times and tough moments. And that's what the hard work is for. But the smart work is you learning lessons and progressing and figuring out how to solve problems. That is almost just as important as working hard, if not more important. And then kind of one of the last things I want to talk about fairly quickly, being brave and taking risks. I've definitely commented on it in the series, but you've got to be brave, you've got to take risks, and you've got to learn from the risks that you take. And that's such an important kind of thing to have in the back of your mind always. You've got to be able to put some things up in the air and be able to, whether you're risking free time, whether you're risking starting up a business and putting up money into something, you learn from all these mistakes. When you take a risk and you're banking on it to work out, always be looking for a lesson to be learned. I don't want to necessarily say bank on it working out, but even when things don't work out, it's not always the worst thing. Something not working out can always lead you in a direction that you didn't see before, or after learning a lesson, it can lead you to somewhere that or leading you toward a conclusion that you didn't previously see fit. Be brave and take risks. There's a part of doing good and being good that is being brave and taking a risk. There's a lot of people that struggle with this kind of good and bad, or the angel and devil on their shoulder, however you want to put it. But there's a lot of people that struggle with it, and sometimes it is hard, and sometimes people I feel like they struggle with making the right decision. Like, oh, what's the positive that's going to come out of making the right decision? Or like, for instance, and trust me, this is something that would be very enticing, but you see $100,000 on the road, right? Do you turn it in or do you keep it? That's a question for your moral. I think if you turn it in, you're under the assumption that you can. Your life will lead you to something good in the future. I think that's a good assumption, but that's definitely a question that you have to ask yourself. Are you trying to do the right things? Are you trying to put yourself in a position to do the right things? And having faith and trusting that doing the right thing will lead you toward a path of success and fruitful things in your life. That's part of having faith and having that good angel on your shoulder saying, do the right thing and something will come to you in the future. I think that's an important risk that you do need to take. And me personally, I think that's a risk that a lot of people should be willing to take. Doing bad things or kind of things that are against a lot of morals, or, when you're sitting there thinking, oh, is this the right thing to do? Normally you probably shouldn't do it. If you're very, very hesitant, you probably shouldn't do it. Obviously there's going to be situations in your life where, shit just happens, and that's normal. But learning and figuring out how to problem solve after, you make a mistake or something doesn't go as planned, that's always the key factor. But hopefully this conversation kind of made sense. This was a quick one today. I just want to kind of hop on here and make sure that we got a video out. But I do appreciate you guys for tuning in. My camera's about to die. I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 38 of the series. Peace.